everyone, it's Cheryl, and today's just going to be a short video. I'm not going to have any more success loading that than I do the long ones because they all take forever. And I apologize for my little rant about it, but that's ridiculous. 3 to 4 hours for a 30-minute video. This one will probably take at least 2. So I'm going to make this one a short one, and then we'll come back and bind this thing together in the next video. So I'm just going to do a quick flip through because I've added some things. Let me back up just a bit. I don't want to have my mess though either because my craft room is a disaster. I'm slowly getting there. Plus trying to start projects and get things done. So anyway, I'm just going to do a quick little flip through of this, and then I'm going to go ahead and we're going to decorate the cover today, and we will bind it together the next time. So here's what I've done. On the inside cover, I had some of this paper, and I just inked around the edges and decided to put that in. And I'm sorry, we have glare again today. It's a very dark, gloomy morning here. Feels like we've gone from summer right into fall. I drove home last night, and I was cold, and I know I'm getting a sinus infection and stuff, so I don't know if that was part of it. But I actually turned the heat on a little bit in my car last night coming home, so yeah, so anyway, there's that. And then, of course, the front page, and I put that little 25th up there, you know that. Then I took the Dear Santa letter and I made a pocket out of it. Put a little poinsettia down there for a decoration. And then inside I glued this off of this was off the front of a card, and it was on, I don't know, like mulberry paper or something like that. And so I just glued that on the top note and make a nice journaling spot. Or you could, if you don't like it, you could flip it over and use it for a photo mat. And then I had purchased some old paper items in a bag at a thrift store, and just had that cute little snowman on there. So I thought, well, let's stick that in. Next page was one of the pockets we made together with a little pull-out tag. So I added a cutout from the paper collection. And then I had some leftover paper, so I just made a big journaling spot or photo mat or whatever you want to use it for. This page I didn't do anything with. I thought, you know, this is a smash book. You're going to have a lot of things you want to put in this, a lot of memories and things. So I just added a little sticker from the paper collection down at the bottom. This one I'm going to be trying to bind this little pocket in here. And I didn't do anything with this. Figuring the same, you know, you're gonna, this is a very busy page, so anything you add to it's just probably going to be kind of messy. So, I mean, as far as embellish, you know, like if I were to embellish or something, I'll leave that up to you. Then this one, oh, and I've been doing some stamping and stickers, and this is a little sticker that went with the paper stack. Oh, excuse me. So then we had the 12 Days of Christmas pocket, and I just made just a simple little tag, tied it with some red braid, put some ledger paper on the back for journaling. And this also was in that bag I got with the little snowman cutouts and stuff. So it's just things to do today, and when you're getting ready for Christmas, if you're like me, you have plenty of things that you need to get done. So you can use that. Back of this one I stamped, and the stamp didn't come out quite right, so I just used some of the paper lace I stamped from old music sheets and then put some washi over the top. The Dear page I left as is because, like I said, you're going to want to fill this with your stuff, and then I just stamped Happy Holidays up at the top. I did ink around all the edges, but I think I told you that in a previous video. This page with the double pocket where it says Jingle Bell, I did find a sticker from the collection that was a little bell, and then I put a little, also a little sticker up at the top where you can just write things. And then we have the 2 tags that go in it, and I just used some of the cut-off paper from the collection. Tied them with a red and gold fiber. I am not sure. I think it's supposed to be a decorative fancy thin yarn or something. This page I left alone too because of the busyness of it, but I have a paper clip where I added some ribbon that says ho ho ho. And then this is a gift tag, and then the season's greetings that I cut out of something else. I just put those in there for little journaling spots or whatever you want to use them for. Some stamping on the back. I didn't get it quite even, but it's hard with those little rubber stamps to line everything up. Okay, in this page I just made the tuck spot out of one of the cut aparts from the paper, and then I had added that crazy, what I call my patriotic Christmas tag in there, and then This also was in some paper stuff that I bought. And it says, just a note, and this little snowman and two little kids making him. So that just goes in there. Like, I can't even get it in there today like so. Then again, once again, another very busy paper, but you'll add what you want to it. The side, the pocket, we made the side pocket, and then I just glued one of those little guys there. I don't remember if I did that on camera. And then the guest check in case you have a, a really cool holiday meal, or maybe you want to make an embellishment out of it. Just a piece of the paper. I want to show you. Yeah, nothing's working. So then I just cut out this because I had a lot of that paper left over. And this was so cute. I bought it when my daughter had her little Westie, and he passed away about a year or so afterwards. And I thought, oh, it was so cute because it had the little Westie on it. And I was going to give her some of them, but then he passed away, and unfortunately. So there's that one. I didn't do anything with this one. A lot of the busier papers I just left plain because you need spots to put your stuff. I can't hog them all up with my embellishments. Here I just put a couple of washi tapes on there. This one, I put the little quote thing, and I realized after I'd stuck it down that I got it too far over and I couldn't remove it. So it's going to stay there, but it's going to have rings through it. That was my oops. And then this was one of the library pockets we made where you can write something on here. And I made a little tag, stamped it with Happy Holidays. Put some of the red braid on it. And then this also came in that pack, and I know it's yellow, but it had a snow blower on it, so I thought that was pretty fitting. And I just tucked that behind because I left this as a tuck spot. This page, I put a sticker from the collection on there, and then I didn't know what to do with it. It was just a big old blank page, and there's enough of those. So I cut out with the Spellbinders die, and this can be used. You could journal here, you can put a big picture of Christmas here. If you don't like it, you can just cover it up with whatever you want to put there. That's the nice part about all that kind of stuff. You can just cover it up if you want. You don't have to keep it. And here I just stamped a couple little flourishes. It looks like it's got a snowflake. I did opposite corners. This one didn't come out real well, but it kind of adds to the vintage. This one I left alone. On the other side was that double pocket. Whoops, sorry about that. I bumped the tripod. And on this one I made the double pocket, and I just put a big piece of ledger paper in there. You can use that for whatever you want, or toss it. I had the lady with the children here, and then this is one of the little cut aparts from the paper stack, and this was an old Children's Night Before Christmas book, and I had made an envelope out of it, and there's another of the little cut aparts in there, so those are in there. That goes that way. This one I left alone. It's the page that has the flip out on it. So my camera's not wanting to zoom in. This one I left because it can be a really nice journaling spot to write all of your special Christmas memories. This one was another of the double pockets, and I did put the little cut apart from the paper stack on there, and then just made two little tags with extra paper. And again, the red and gold fiber. Then I had some leftover paper from the bundle up stack, and so it was these little sleds. How cute is that? So I made a big envelope out of that I'm also going to put into the book, and then I used my doily that I made out of the vintage music paper that I decoupaged a cardinal on from the, oh my god, I can't even think today. I've got a really bad headache. On from my tissue paper that I had. And I am going to be including some goodies for you in here, some leftovers from the project and some other things that you may or may not want to use to embellish your Christmas book. And then this again was another busy page. And you know, the nice part about binding these in with the ring binder, or with the, like the cinch, you can always tear the edge, and if you wanted, you could cut this page apart and use that for embellishment. And there is a Santa Claus sticker from the paper collection on there. Here's the pocket we made with the little pull-out tag or booklet thing here. That you can journal on. And I just took that inside Santa there. And then this is a bridge tally card that I just glued some ledger paper in so that you can write in there if you want or do whatever. And it was just red and white. I take it was supposed to be kind of flag-like. So I just glued a little Tim Holtz cutout on there. And I decided to include my favorite little bear. He's so cute. He's just adorable. But I decided to include him since we made him together. He's going in. Now I'm going to think about it. This was that short page that I made the pocket out of what it was going to be a journaling spot, this Joy. And there's another little cut apart from the paper stack. And I say I've got to cut this edge off. And then another one of the little gift tags stuck in there. And this page looks so funny because it was long and narrow. So out of my spellbinders, when my spellbinders die, I also cut another of these. You can use it for journaling, photo mat, cover it up, whatever you want to do. Then on this one, this is another one of the pockets that we made. I believe we made it together. Maybe we didn't. And then I just stamped a deer on this tag. Put that in there. This page, I just put the Tim Holtz cutout word December at the top. On the back of it is another big side pocket. I put one of the gift tags in here. And in here is just a piece of the paper that I used for the front. And a recipe card in case you come across a great holiday recipe you just gotta have. And then, of course, there's this sheet. A Santa sticker on the top. And then I put this on the back. So that is the Smash book. I believe there are 25 pages in here. 25 pages in this book. And so let's get to decorating the cover. And I already laid it out so I know exactly how I want it. This is a piece from a vintage magazine. It had all kinds of, it was English Christmas recipes. You have spiced sirloin steak with Madeira sauce, Cumberland sauce, and none of the recipes here are whole, and they're going to be mostly covered up. So I just want to fit it back on here like I had planned to do it. I think we went there. I know I'm going to need a 1/2 inch for my rings for my cinch. Oh, I guess this one over further because I also have this that I cut out from the paper. And I was just going to kind of collage this image on here. And so once I'm just, like I said, lining it up again because I want everything to fall right into place. I have a piece of, these are snowflake doilies, and I will be sending you one, but they're so hard to work with. I did ink this one, but all these little edges catch on everything when you're doing it. Oops, I guess you couldn't see that. And so they're very hard to work with. So that's going to fit in somewhere right under there. Santa Claus down here. And where did my word Christmas? Oh, there it is. Okay. And then I have the Tim Holtz cut apart word Christmas here. And I had it so this all just fit in here just right so that nothing was covered up. But it kind of overlapped so everything was touching because I like it that way. So yeah, it's going to go on something like that. So let's just get this put together right now while I have everything right where I want it. I'm going to glue it on. I am not going to use Mod Podge because I have a terrible time with it bubbling up on me. So we're just going to use regular tacky glue and put that on. Try to get it out to the edges. Although some of the edges will be covered up. They won't all. So I want to make sure that it glues down really good. And I know I'm gluing right on the front of my book, but I'm not getting the glue in the book. Haven't yet anyway. Okay, now it's just going to be deciding, and this is an old magazine page, so it's a little thin, but it'll work. So if I can get it to lay down without causing too much trouble, I think I want it right about there. Okay, I'm just going to take an old dried baby wipe to smooth this down because I want it to lay nice and smooth. Okay. Work any bubbles out that might be there. So that's my biggest problem with decoupage glue of any type. I do have one type that's really good, but you got to saturate what you're using, and I just don't think that saturating that's going to be the best idea. Okay, and I'll put that on. I'm just gluing. I may be a little off camera, but I've got some shadows here and glare too that's affecting me, so I really want to find one of those nice lights to use. I think that would really be the answer to my lighting situation here. So I was down in the basement this morning and I heard my doorbell ring. Now nobody rings my doorbell. I have one of those really old doorbells. Like this thing is old, probably the 40s. It's kind of funny because it makes a weird sound. My cats freak out. They'll look at me like, hey, what was that? But anyway, it rings and I'm like, oh shoot, I wanted this under the edge a little bit. I guess it'll just go right up to there. And I did ink one side of it, so it's not shadow, but these are tricky to work with. But I did include one for you in case you wanted to use it. So I go, by the time I get out of the basement, go look, I don't see anybody except my neighbor walking back to his car. And so then he turned to go back in his house and I said hi to him. And then he comes over and he's like, yeah, I'm sorry I rang your doorbell, but, you know, he goes, I wanted to talk to you. We have a big old tree. And I maintain it sits on the property line. He maintains it's on my side. Well, it's split, and it's a big branch that hangs over my driveway that's split, and I won't even park under it anymore, so my car stays at the end of the driveway in. My other car stays out in the street, and when it's here, and my daughter has it again. And anyway, he's like, yeah, we want that tree cut down, and I called a guy, and it's going to cost $1,000, which is pretty good, because this is a huge tree, and it overhangs the electric lines that go up to my house and their house. And he's like, but we'll pay half. And I said, well, I didn't know whose tree it was. I wanted it cut down too. I said, we were talking about it. I wasn't, planning on, hey, I got to pay to cut the tree down. So anyway, he's telling me he's sure that it's on our property line. But since we don't have an alley here, but there's one across, and usually in every town, the alley is divided. They're 20 foot, so like 10 foot goes with each property if they vacate it. So I'm pretty sure, since the alley, I can't drive straight out of the alley into my driveway. I'm pretty sure half the tree is theirs. And so I'm like, well, yeah, no, we'll pay half. Well, they better pay half. That's all I'm saying then, because I don't know. And he wants to get it done. And the city guy who comes around to check, because I called them, comes around to check for, he tries to find the survey stakes. And since my property, I only bought it 3 years ago, was surveyed. He should be able to do it, but he can't be here till Tuesday, and neighbor wants the tree out now. And so I told him to go ahead and call the guy, but they had better pay half of it, because I am pretty sure half of that tree, as big as it is, it's an old tree. And it's too bad it has to come down, because it's a very nice tree. But, other than the fact it's split and cracked, and I don't trust it anymore. And so he better pay half, because I am pretty sure they're going to find. And then he's telling me all this line of trees along the back, they're all my trees. And he's cutting them, and I'm like, okay, fine, cut them. But I am not cutting the ones that don't need to come down. They're not bothering me. They seem to be fine. I'm not going to sit here and do that. I get along okay with these people. Guy can be a little weird sometimes. But, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and have him keep calling tree trimmers and then learning I have to pay for part of it. And I talked to the city about that, too. I said, yes, the tree does need to go. I said, but, oh, yeah, okay, here, I'm making kind of a, yeah, I didn't get Santa Claus up far enough, and I don't know if I can move him right now. Oh, good, I can move him. Good, he's got to go up a little farther. All right, so, yeah, like, I am not going to have this guy keep calling people and then coming going, oh, yeah, by the way, I called this person. And I asked the city, and she said, well, since he instigated it, that, even if it was my tree, that he was probably liable for part of it. Then I did not get this down like I wanted to. A little bit of glue there, but that'll come right off. It's tacky glue. I didn't get Santa on like I wanted to, but I don't think we're going to have much choice now. He's sticking pretty good. I don't want a bunch of glue all over this. So if I were to move Santa, I should have glued the Christmas down first, guys. That was my mistake, because I wanted him to sit a little... Oh, he's going to cover the glue, so there's not going to be any glue residue. Well, once in a while, you have a happy mistake. Yeah, so that... And the Santa is embossed, so some of the glue is probably not touching the page. That's probably why I got off so lucky. Yeah, so I guess I'm getting my tree cut down as soon as he gets a hold of the guy. And I mean, the price was very reasonable for a tree that size, and the fact he's got to, work around the power lines to the houses and stuff. We didn't have a way to cut it down. We didn't even have a big ladder, so. And I don't think they do next door either. Okay, that's going to hang off just a little, but that's okay. Let's move Santa down here where we want him, where I really wanted him, which is right about there. That's better. Oops, some dog's going to hang up if I don't. There we go. So, yeah, I'm getting my tree cut down, which, like I said, there's a big old branch that hangs over right over where I parked my car, and it's split. And I'm thinking probably a winter like we had last year, and I'm not going to have to worry about it. It's going to be on my car. And I don't want it falling on their car because they claim that it's mine, so I don't know. The city's going to come out and survey it Tuesday, so I'm going to turn the edge of this. I got it just a little over because I have everything a little further than I wanted it, but it's not going to hurt a thing. And so that's what's going on in my life. I'm really sick of work. I am so sick of it. Our new supervisor, all the people want her now. So a part of our job is supposed to be to take these people out if they want to go, and they don't want to go with me. No, they just want to go with her. So yeah, so I was not feeling very happy yesterday because I have been there about 4.5 years. I'm not qualified to train new staff though. And my supervisor who hasn't been there more than like maybe a month and a half, is training her. She's showing her all the important stuff. How to fill out your time card. Where the supply orders are. Yeah, no. She needs to learn how to work, but that's not happening, and it's ticking me up. And then she's working with another staff this weekend, a staff who I like, but she's lazy. Let's put it that way. She only picked up this weekend because they were giving incentives because we were so short-staffed. They were giving an incentive to get people to work, and the last time they did that, she's like, yeah, I'm only here for the incentive. But this new staff gets to be with her both the mornings on the weekend. And it's not a training, though. It's just so she can see how it goes. I never got that. I got 2 days of training. The third day I got told, okay, you're running the house tonight. Let's see what you can do. And, yeah. So, but because I think part of it is because of who this person is, she gets to see how it goes. Yeah. Okay. No favoritism there. But yeah, it really took me out because I'm not qualified to obviously train somebody after I've been there the longest, of full-time staff. And I do my job, I'm sorry, but, I'm not bragging or anything, but when I do my job, I do the whole job and I do it right. Last night I had to work alone and everything got done and everything was done early and done right. So I can't say that about most of them, but yeah, so I was really ticked off yesterday, and the fact that they refer to us sometimes as warm bodies, which I think is extremely insensitive. So I put a thing about it on Facebook, and then lost a friend who probably wasn't really a friend, but probably loved the term warm body. I don't know. Doesn't bother me if that's what makes you unfriend me. I mean, Facebook is so childish. Oh, I don't like what you said. I don't like that picture. Fine, I'm unfriending you. Fine, go ahead. I don't care. You probably weren't a real friend anyway. I've even had my own cousin do it to me, so whatever. Because she disagreed with something I said. Whatever. I'm grown up. Anyway, here is the cover of the Smash book, and we're going to put it together next time. And I want to thank you all for joining me, and I hope you have a great day. And thank you for listening to me. I don't have too many people I can talk to about all this stuff, so no, I don't mean to use my YouTube channel as a rant, but it's just currently what's going on in my life, and I know a lot of you don't like that when people just talk about their lives. I'm sorry. This is my channel. This is how I do it. If you don't like it, I apologize. But there are plenty of channels who don't. So, I want to thank you all again very much for watching. And the only reason I mentioned that is because it's been a very big topic lately. Why do people give thumbs down? Why do people leave my channel? And that seems to be one of the major reasons they don't like people talking about their lives. I'm sorry, it's what I do. I want to thank you all again for the third time or the fourth time or whatever it is now. Wish you all a happy day again. And I will see you again and we'll put this together. Bye bye.